Hey y'all, what's up? My name is Mizzle. You're watching my channel Mizzle 14, and I'm here doing a review of Insecure Season 4 Episode 9. It will be no Married to Medicine LA videos this week because it was no new episode. So we will continue that review next week. So only this week will be Insecure, and any other videos I decide I'm going to do based on like social events. Alright, so Insecure, y'all. I had a couple of things I want to say about this episode. And I do want to point out is that Issa Rae, she's the person who created the show and everything, and she gives people other people opportunities to direct an episode on her show. So this week, Kerry Washington, y'all know who played Olivia Pope in Scandal, and she does a lot of good movies. She was also in Little Fires Burning. She was in that. I think I said that name right. Little Fires, she was in that. I think it was the right name, but if y'all correct me if I got the name wrong. She was in that show as well, so it's great to see how she directed this episode, and it was a good episode because it shows progression in how people in everyday lives lives, and also in relationships, how you break up with someone and then y'all mature enough to you make it work again and try to work it again, whether you decide to work it out with your ex or not, and see how that goes, on top of mending your old friendships and also trying to let other people know and trying to be transparent to your other people that was involved with your life, and see how that takes. And also maybe a breakdown of relationships and friendships that you may dare to hold on to, but realize it's a losing cause. And also what you want to do. Alright, so Issa and Lawrence, we'll see since last episode that they are reconnecting. They actually had to sit down. They had to talk of what we all was waiting for. Yes, they had that little talk in the end of season 2 or 3, but it wasn't deep enough and mature enough and transparent enough to the point that they really had closure. I think that last week they had a little closure to the point that we feel like, okay, yes, this is happening, so like that. But most of us thought that Issa had the closure that she don't really want Lawrence back, but she just had that closure that is different, that is there. But I guess that reconnecting with him last week and having sex and all that stuff is the closure of that old chapter they had, but it's also a start of the new chapter of where they're progressing. Now, they haven't really labeled what is they doing right now. All we see in the beginning episode that they are talking, laying on the couch, that system in the couch that was basically significant importance in both of their lives, because that's the couch they had bought together when they was living together. But Lawrence took the couch and he made use for that couch, and now they have these sitting on the couch, eating in the couch, having sex around the couch and everything, and doing everything possible what people normally do when they lay up together and try to figure things out. Now, at a point they really actually sit down and talk, she get a text from Nathan, and she's supposed to be helping Nathan move. Nathan and Andrew were roommates, but now Nathan got his own place, so he asked Issa to help him, and Issa was agreeing to help him, but she wanted to be open and transparent now, do things differently with Lawrence. So she told Lawrence about Nathan, how the guy she used to date while they was a breakup, and he wanted me to help move. It's just okay. I want to get your opinion, stuff like that. What are we doing? I just want to be told. And he didn't have a problem with that. I don't think Lawrence really had an issue about that, but he did mention about how him Condola talk, and that's it. Is done, is over. But I said, what was the sick that talk? Because she was blowing your phone down the whole last week episode. She was blowing your phone a couple of times. So it seemed like it was urgent that I needed really to talk. So people thought, I was thinking too, it could be one way they want to have a closure in the relationship, or she was pregnant, but we don't know. So I hope Lawrence is transparent as Issa is trying to be now in their newfound relationship, that it is over between him and Condola for good. And there will be no more calling, no more texting, and none of that. It just is done. Now, he did say he had to land the interview in San Francisco, because that's where I think he tried to work at. And it's not set in stone yet, but he had another interview. So he had to do that. Issa newfound thing that she is trying to continue to do be a plug or connect for Vince and try to do more venues. But this time she gonna be getting paid and not just doing it for free. I guess that block party really gave her inspiration to continue further on what she's doing. And then I guess it's like a consultation on whatever she gonna do around getting paid, but also promoting events to spread awareness to people, businesses and stuff like that. It's like it's good. It's a good service for her to do that, and I like that she is working towards a newfound goal. She is really finding her purpose, and she's trying to do things. But we don't know the label between what Lawrence and Issa's doing. Yes, they are reconnecting, but are they gonna be back boyfriend and girlfriends, or this is like a impasse, get to know you again type phase and work it out and see where it goes. So we'll see how it leads to. Everybody feel like the direction how the show is going is leading to Lawrence and Issa is getting back together. It seems like that's a direction and they are going with their relationship. Hopefully it worked this time because it seems like a lot of people likes Lawrence and Issa to be together. I have a problem with them being together. It's just like I just feel like they could do better. I mean, they had history, so that's what I said. That's a factor you could factor in. Is that they have so much history that it could have worked out if they stood together. But I guess they need that maturity. They need that distance from each other to realize that they really do love each other and they miss each other and they had a better understanding. And now it's more open communication. Because Issa said she don't want to make this work. She don't want to mess this up. She wants this to work, whatever this going, whatever it is. So he never really gave a definite answer of exactly what it is. So I guess our mind and our face is that they are working and building towards being together again. And we'll see how that leads to. So she agrees. She texts Nathan and told him that yes, she will help her move and everything. He said fine, come anything after Tuesday in the afternoon after 3 o'clock. So they're good. So let's move into Issa and Nathan. So Issa helped Nathan. She went to this place. It's nice all white and everything. And she said it's a nice little area and stuff. And it was unpacking. And she, you know, Issa awkwardness. Like she was trying different ways to how to introduce herself. Because now she is new good positive space with Lawrence. She wanted at least try to let Nathan know about it. But she had a whole way how to get about it. It's like, okay, we gotta be cool. I gotta make this cool. We gotta be friends type ish. So she was doing awkwardness. So she went and he went to trying to hug her. She curved the hug. And he said, oh, homie, what's going on? This is my knee. I was like, oh, girl. Alright, so they're unpacking. And one box she was looking through, it was books, and he came next to her. And she felt awkward about that, so she left out and went to another thing. She finally told Nathan about Lawrence. She said she working it out with Lawrence again, and we just gotta be friends, and she working it out. And he was in the feelings a little bit because he said, oh, the one you cheated on with? She said, yes. Hope he gets act together because it seemed like he's off. He's a little off. That's what he's saying. And wishy-washy, basically, that he was saying. And she was like, oh, well, excuse me, Mr. Who just abandoned me and ain't say nothing. And you just up and left. And he said, I did not up and leave. And he said when he came back, he told her, I do wish that he should have let her know before he left that he is going through something. And that's why Issa will not be all worried about it. He goes to her. But I understand that he was going through something that he didn't want to handle himself. So he had to get himself together before he would actually be in a relationship with anybody else. Yes, he did that with Issa, got open stuff, but now he came back and told Issa that he was going through depression, but he realized that he got diagnosed as being bipolar. And that's something that a lot of people, mental health is really serious, and people don't even know how to handle that sometimes. Not alone being with someone who got to help you get through yourself and be comfortable being with someone like you and how to handle you. Because one day you could be extinct depressed, and then one day you'll be manic, and the person who be in a relationship with you got to be able to know how to cope with that, the different spikes in your mood and behavior. And I guess he wanted to get comfortable and learning how to do it himself before he even get back with Lisa. So when he came back, he had to get comfortable and learning how to direct and do all that. And she finally understand the reason why he left there. He was going through that alone, and she knew, and now she understands exactly that why he basically ghosted on her, which I feel like he should have talked to her a little bit about it. But I do understand that he need to get himself together and fix what he needs to get with himself before he even open back up with somebody else and at least able to cope with himself. So I do appreciate him being open about it, because sometimes people don't even talk about it. They keep it buried and they don't like to talk about it. It's like a stigmatization that you can't be sick, you can't have mental health issues, you can't have not this, which is common and is normal, and people need to understand that it's not something not to be afraid of. You got to open up, because that's how the way you get help. You get help by talking about it. You get help by having positive people around you and getting that help, because if you keep burning it up and you keep letting it go, it will destroy you. So she said, oh my God. He said, I ain't say all that for you could stop unpacking, girl. We gotta get this thing together. So they cool, and I guess they gonna be good. Alright, so now Issa was trying to do this thing that she trying to work it out. So she tried to call Kelly. Kelly was not answering. She was trying to call Amal. Amal was not helpful at all. So she called Molly, but we had a flash forward Molly when she was in the car, and Issa called her, and Molly flipped out on the car, but it was a vision that Issa O'Malley had, that she thought this how the conversation was going to happen. Now Molly said, typical Issa, wanted to talk about it, but she wanted to talk about herself and all that super fashion. She said, you was a selfish ass bitch. She woke up out of a vision. I said, oh, okay. But she actually did call Molly and tell Molly that she wanted to meet up for brunch. So her and Molly met up. And they sat down, and it was awkward as hell. She hugged Molly. Molly was sitting there and waiting. Before that, Molly sat down with Dr. Londa, her therapist, and she was saying that how it's Issa's fault. Issa did this, Issa did that. This is the thing, no right going on. She went behind my back and talked to Andrew. Went behind my back and got my voice from the Vav, all this other stuff. Yada, yada, yada. But Dr. Londa said that, listen, at the end of the day, do you feel that you want to work it out with Issa? You say yes, you're your best friend, all that stuff you want in life, but do you really want this? Is it worth fighting for? And that's what we ended. We didn't know the response from Molly from that, and she just sat down like pondering. So that's how we end her therapy session. It's like, is she really want this relationship with Issa? Is she worth really fighting for it? All right, so sitting there, Molly is like silent and waiting for Issa to talk, because Issa invited her brunch. Okay, yes, I can be an icebreaker, but you do have to meet her halfway. It's like y'all both in this friendship, and y'all both have a factor in your breakdown of friendship. So why I had to make it so is just that Issa got to bring this up. So they did like talk. They danced around the issues they have in the relationship, in their friendship. They've been best friends, so I could consider that a relationship. In their friendship, they danced around it. They didn't talk about none of that stuff. They just like talk and everything, I guess, to break the ice. But they skedaddle of the real issues that they're supposed to bring about. If y'all keep ignoring the real issues, then it's not being solved. It's just like you put the Band-Aid in something that is an open wound, and that's not going to work. So they need to break the ice. So when Molly went to talk to Andrew, he said, how did it go? She said, it was like talk. We talked about the thing, but we never talked about the issue about the Black Party and other stuff. He said, well, do you try and bring anything up? She said that was the whole point. She brought me there, so she didn't say that, but he said, can you just meet her halfway? And she got taken aback by that. I said, yes, Molly, do bring her halfway, because you do have an issue with that. It's not on Issa. It's like that. And Issa is trying. She reached out to you at first. It's always fashion that Issa always reaching out to you, Molly. So now it's like, do you really want this? And it seems like Molly don't really want to mend the friendship. So, and want Issa to bend over backwards. That's what I feel. And Andrew Butler's in town. He invited Molly and Andrew to go out to the game to them. Molly was not having it. She don't want to meet Victor because doing that whole disagreement and do argument they had at the vacation. Cause racist, she said F the brother and all that stuff. So she feels she been wrong in the situation, but sometimes she got to handle the situation differently. And she didn't want to meet with him, so she told Andrew, "Nah, I mean, no, it's your brother's bonding time. Let y'all have a good time." So Andrew said, "Okay, cool." He lied to his brother, said that you have to work, and said, "I didn't actually lie," but he said, "Yeah, it's that." So Nathan and Issa came to the house, and they were trying to be, they was awkward. They said, "I didn't know all that stuff," because I think Issa did tell Molly that she's helping Nathan move, and somewhere along the line they path will cross, and she didn't want to make it awkward, so she said, "Okay, cool, that's fine." And so they got to the house, and he said, "Oh, we're gonna get out your way. We just gonna come get the box and all that stuff." But Andrew and Molly, Andrew mostly was, so he said, "Yeah, cool, got something to eat. You're hungry and stuff like that. You have to be rushing now. Don't make it awkward like that." And they were trying to play it off, but now they say, "You know what? I'm hungry. We hungry," so like that. So they eat. They talking, they laughing, having a good time. And I guess that Issa and Molly was reminiscing about Issa's old apartment, how they played this game by Celebrity Heights. And guess the Celebrity Height, if you get it wrong, you got to drink. And they started talking, and they was playing it. Andrew wanted to get another bottle, and then Molly mistakenly text Issa what she was supposed to be meaning to text Andrew that, "See, I'm trying." So Issa saw that and said, "Oh, okay. Now she's not really trying to make it work. She is forcing this with me, and I don't want anything to be forced." So Issa texted back to Molly, said, "I think it was not meant to be for me." And Issa said, "Oh no, I gotta go." So Issa is like hurt, like say, "Gosh, now I'm putting all this effort, and this lady don't really want to work with me. She really don't really want to go further and work out this friendship. She is putting up front for Andrew, so I could feel like I'm trying to work it away, and she making it feel like it's something working, and it's nothing happening." So Molly went out and said, Issa, you know, it's not meant to be." She said, "Obviously." And she said, "We have never talked about the issue." She said, "That's why, because I was trying to make it work, but you is faking and funking and not trying to work it out with me. That's why I reached out, so we could get to that point. We never even talked about anything else, the issues. And then we had been off for months." So she said, "That's why, yes, I wanted to talk to you about it so we could have that conversation." So Molly came out and said it. She said, "Maybe where I'm at right now and where you are going right now is not compatible with me." And Issa said, "Okay." So Molly said, "Okay." Yeah, I was like, it's like, what else do you expect her to say? You basically said that where you at to in life right now, it's probably not going to be meshing well. You're in a point in place that you don't see for Issa, and you're at a point in place that Issa is how she's developing. It's not working out for you. So one more to talk about is when you basically said a deal breaker there. So Issa lived in the car and she left off. That's how the episode ended. And I just want to say how it is sad to see that happen, but it also commented how people in normal day lives do. You could be friends with someone for so many years, and it had this specific dynamic, and in part of life changes, people grow. That person who probably was this way, I guess another person was this way, had that spectrum dynamic. There was a need, a give and take relationship. Then they become this way, or they become a little playing field, and then the friendship is starting to break apart because people had expectation how their friends should be this way and they should always been this way, but they're progressing and growing, and now you can't take that growth. So now you in a better place, or you different place, and this person in a different place, and then we can't match any well because it's not the same dynamic when we was before as friends. So sometimes friendships who have been like 10 plus years end up breaking up apart because now they realize we just not compatible anymore. So we'll see how this goes, because the sense of the story does center around Issa and Molly and being friends and going through their issues together and work things out. But if they're not gonna be friends, and we have a new season, because they got renewed to season 5, so we'll see how this goes and everything. And then I forgot to talk. Lawrence was the same, so he said he nailed the interview. So we'll see how that goes. Other than that, that was Insecure, y'all. It was a good episode. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Tell how y'all feel. Put in the comment section about how y'all feel about this episode. Or do y'all feel Was it good that they ended like that, or was it bad that you feel like they should work it out? Tell me how y'all feel. Talk to y'all later. Peace.